Hello guys, it's Ivan here checking in, and as always, first things first, hope you guys are wicked. And in today's video I am going to be talking about something basic: want and need. The difference between want and need, how these things are very different, and how we misusing them, right? Now this video is heavily inspired by two other recordings that I have on my phone. One of them is about this lady who was doing a TED talk about is your stuff getting in your way, right? We're working hard to get to buy all this stuff, and you know, sometimes we don't need it. And the second video, it's from Julian again, right? I think it's an attachment to the self-awareness thing that I talked about in the past video, where people are trying so hard to work outside in as opposed to trying inside out, which is a lot easier. Now, to connect these two videos, here's the concept. The very baseline of all of this, right? Most of us are born in very rich families, or some of them are broken or something like this. So we tend to be needy. Some of us are raised up. We don't know how to love ourselves. We don't learn how to be ourselves from a very young age. So we tend to come from a place of scarcity, of pleaser behavior, right? Which is basically seeking approval from other people, that sort of thing, instead of coming from a place of abundance. Now, sure enough, you can, exercise your willpower and, get to a place where you're making all this money, you own these cars, but for as long as your default setting is always scarcity, you will always find a way to self-sabotage, that I talked about in the past video, right? And this is what Julian talked about in that whole thing, because guys, again, try to pick up women and whatever, but because they're coming from a place of scarcity, no matter how many skills they get, because they've polished, basically, if you use the metaphor, polishing, yourself. If they polish the exterior, right? They've obviously bought the expensive clothes, they get manicures, the hair is done perfectly, and all of these things. They're wearing, amazing clothes and all of these things. Yes, they've had the skills, they know what to say and whatever, but because they've got this scarcity mindset, they will not always celebrate the wins. They will not be grateful for the wins they have, no matter how little. Because here's the thing: you can choose to live as a person who celebrates even the little things, right? Because those are the important things. Like it or hate it, it's the small successes that add up to make the big success, right? So you can live in the life where you appreciate even the little things. Now, I'm not saying overdo it, but appreciate even the little things, right? Whether you tried and failed, not many guys try, okay? As long as you tried, you always, appreciate yourself for at least trying, instead of putting yourself down. But damn, you criticizing yourself because you didn't come through. Always at least give yourself, the benefit of the doubt and say, at least I tried. Not very many people try, right? And that's the whole thing. I was talking about in the video of charisma, right? It's stop working. You stop working from the outside in. It will wear you out physically and mentally. Work yourself inside out. Start with fixing the default setting. That's the beautiful thing about human beings. Because we're adaptable, we can change, right? We have to adapt to survive. That's how it works. So if you change the inside, if you start coming from a place of abundance, right? And that's where all of these influences, because our lives, the way we see our world, the life as we live in it, it's influenced by the people we live around, the social environments and all of these things. That's where the whole, the average of your 5 best friends that you hang out with, right? That's because they influence how you see the world. Now, if you live with people who've got this abundance mindset, who look at life as something great, regardless of not always succeeding, right? They always appreciate the little successes they get. They're going to rub off on you, and you're going to start, looking at the world from an abundance point of view as opposed from a scarce point of view, and that's very crucial. So yeah, obviously, if you're coming from a place of abundance, right, you're more prone to have a different outlook towards life. Obviously, you celebrate the little successes, because those little successes obviously add up. Because again, like Jim Rohn says, and I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but bear with me. Jim Rohn says that obviously, the best way to set goals and achieve them is obviously have a bigger vision of the future, right? But plan out your future, how you're gonna get to the future, right? Instead of just hoping to get to hit that one thing, always break it down into small things, and make a list of your goals, because obviously you're the average of the things that you always think about. So if you make the little goals that you have to, for example, the things you have to do every single day to get to that big vision that you have, write them down and always tick them off every day. Think about them, because you're the average of your thoughts at the same time as being the average of the friends you hang out with, because they influence your thoughts and whatnot. But anyway, let's bring this down altogether, or rather try to package up the whole thing, conclude this thing. What I'm basically saying is, stop, if you feel like, and most of the time most people may not realize that they're coming from a place of scarcity, but I urge you to actually go out there and start self-discovering, to find out what kind of place you're coming from, because this is very, very crucial in everything. Because again, you can exercise your will and get all the money and get all the girls, but because you always have a default setting of scarcity, you will not get very far. That's why many people can become rich, but not necessarily get to the wealthy state, because they still have that scarcity phase. Again, it's the same thing for those celebrities who become rich. They gain the fame and they gain the money, but because they had the dream to get there, but once they get there, then what? Because they realize they're still the same person who still has the same default setting, and in that moment they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with it. Yes, I'm here, but what now? And because of that scarcity default setting they have, they end up deteriorating and start doing shit like drugs and stuff like this, self-sabotaging. Again, with progression comes a recession. That goes hand in hand. You need to know that. Anyway, start working yourself from inside out. Get to the place of abundance. Get to a place of abundance. Get to a place of appreciating the little things that add up to make the big things. And everything, and I mean everything, will start unfolding to you, because you're coming from a place, you're not coming from a place of, you need it. You're coming from a place, you're just doing it because you want it. It's the same thing that Julian tells his students as well. Don't need the girls, okay? Go talk to them, but don't need them, because the moment they feel you needing them, the moment they feel you trying so hard to need them, to show them that you need them, that moment they lose attraction for you. In that very split, it can happen very quickly, in a split second, when your body language betrays you. Boom, in that split second they lose attraction for you, because they know you're going to be that needy guy who's trying to, show them that you're worth it, like a puppy trying to prove its loyalty and all of these things, right? Anyway, hope you guys liked this video. If you did, smash the like button. Let me know what you want me to discuss in the future videos. Subscribe for more, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.